DNVR Broncos live, coming to you from the DNVR Bar on the corner of Colfax and York. And guys, I have to retract something.
Oh
no!
What is that?
You remember the great rivers, oceans, lakes debate?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I'm fucking out on lakes until further notice.
So oceans?
No, I'm going rivers.
Yep. Rivers.
I can't support that.
They're the best.
I can't support that.
Could you imagine a basketball team called the Rivers? That'd be so cool.
There's a reason there's not.
There's a Lakers. And
Yeah,
that's,
that one
that makes
sucks
even
ass.
less sense. Nobody's scared of a lake. People die in rivers all the time.
So yeah, it's fuck lakes till further notice.
Wow.
Yeah.
Like,
Starting off strong.
dock the boats.
Yeah.
Leave the rafts at home.
And as you've
Take
noticed,
your fishing poles to the river.
the weather has complied. It is now sunny.
Sun's back.
The sun's
Yes.
back.
It's a beautiful thing.
It is. It really is, man. I'm so pumped for tonight. What are the predictions? Not for tonight, for the series.
So I haven't given a series prediction
Neither
yet
have
in the
I.
playoffs. I won't be giving one because that's how superstitious I am.
Boo.
Wow. Nuggets are going to win. That's all I know.
There we go. Now, Ryan probably thinks you're jinxing them
No.
right now.
No, I don't.
Well, he thinks that
I
it's the
think that-
butterfly thing where, like, I'm going to say it, and the words are going to reverberate.
Wait, don't
Like,
put
there's
words
a-
in my mouth. I
was
don't
gonna
care
say,
what you
mean,
say.
You mean the
Oh.
moth?
Yeah, they're going to hit
The
the
moth
moth,
in
and
the
the moth
studio?
is going to get kind of like
I just
pushed
never-
out that way, and then something else is going to get pushed.
I never made a prediction for the Minnesota series. And then they won, and I was like, okay, I guess I can't do predictions.
Yeah, because you're right. If you were to make a prediction now, they would definitely lose.
I bet on them
Yeah.
to sweep that one.
Wow.
close.
So you messed them up.
Maybe. Or I helped them. Maybe they were going to win 7, but came really close instead.
Yeah.
Yeah.
could've been.
Yeah.
Maybe.
The power of your $10.
Just keep doing what you're doing. That's all I ask. 'Cause
But I
whatever
didn't-
you're doing,
I didn't make
it's
a bet on the
working.
series against the Suns.
Okay, so now you have to determine what
So
the
now we
pattern is.
alternate, or is the pattern 1 and 3?
I don't
so
know.
I go-
It's up to you to determine this.
Oh.
And Henry, you just better not mess it up.
No, as long as you
Apparently.
stick by what you believe, that's all that matters.
But he hasn't stuck by what he believed.
Well, no, he did.
I haven't
He
believed
believed
anything.
in betting on the sweep. He believed in them to sweep the
Damn.
the Timberwolves, who should be called the Lakers.
They have lakes.
Yes, they do.
But does Los Angeles have Timberwolves?
They don't have a lot of
They don't have to
timber.
trade names. They can be the Los
Oh.
Angeles City Slickers.
Yeah, they're
City
losers.
Slickers. It's kind of a slick name.
Yeah.
Suckers.
They
That's what I
can be
call
the
them.
Yeah,
Los
Los
Angeles
Angeles.
non-ball knowers.
The Los Angeles
floppers.
The Los,
Los Angeles floppers. The
LeBrons.
softies.
LeBron would like that.
yeah,
He's
you
their
know.
GM. Might as well make him the name.
Yeah, he would probably want the Los Angeles Kings, but that's already taken.
That's true.
They
That's
should
very
be
true.
something about how soft they are, and then get like Charmin to let them use like that little bear thing. That could be like the logo. They make so much money.
Okay, so we can move on to the Broncos, but I had to get that off my chest.
We can relate
Yeah.
that to the Broncos. Jake Butt had a Charmin deal
He
Yes.
did.
when he was in college. Too
Actually,
bad he
kind of a
didn't-
tough look. Was that around back then? Was Charmin soft a saying?
It had to have been, right?
Yeah.
I mean, the toilet
Yeah.
paper is not new.
No, it's not.
No.
Okay, a couple
You
other
hope that
housekeeping.
you get new toilet paper, though.
Wait, what?
Just when you buy toilet paper, you hope it's new.
Yeah, that's one of the first lessons you learn when you live on your own. Just don't skimp out on the
Yeah.
cost of your
Right.
toilet paper.
I've gotten Charmin forever.
Really?
Just
You
go get the
never
Charmin.
you never learned the lesson of like, oh, here's the cheapest one. Let me get this.
I didn't because I've been in situations where others had. I've been like, oh, I would
You
never
learned-
subject myself to this.
Good job. Way to learn from others' mistakes.
Thanks.
Very adult of him.
It is. Okay, a couple housekeeping notes. One, got to give a shout out to Zach beating Stevie in the Madden League.
Thank you.
Stevie, generally a powerhouse, also a Lakers fan.
Yeah.
So Zach getting that dub, huge upset, really sweet.
It's crazy what happens when you don't turn the ball over.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just in Madden or in real football.
Yeah, you should
Pretty
pass that.
simple
Yeah.
game.
You should tell Sean Payton about that.
Yeah, well, I think it's more.
Give him some advice.
It's more Russ after last year.
I'll tell Mike McDaniel
Yeah.
the next time we
Oh
see him.
yes,
Melvin Gordon.
yes. I'm still waiting. First play of the season from the Dolphins. Jet sweep
Yep, jet sweep
from the 35.
against the Cardinals.
Yeah, is that who they're playing?
I
week
believe
one?
so.
Oh wow, that would be
Wow.
something.
I believe so. So PHNX can blame me when Tyreek Hill takes it to the house or Waddle. And then the other housekeeping note, because I know everyone's asking.
Yep. I'm curious.
Bowling last night.
Oh yeah.
I
Wait, let
suffered.
me guess. You went over 150.
No. I suffered
go
an
over 100?
injury
Oh.
So
Wow, you
I
might
really
have to
had
join
like
the Lakers.
I was gonna say,
You
this
need a
sounds
wheelchair?
Like LeBron right now.
I really had like a gutsy performance. People were saying like Willis Reed or like this is like
wow.
when Tim Tebow broke his leg in the state championship. Like a lot of people are
wow.
saying stuff.
Okay.
Philip Lindsay, 145 yards on a torn ACL.
We still haven't heard the injury.
It's kind of like a hip thing.
A hip thing.
Yeah.
Okay.
So you know how bowling
like
shoes, the
hockey.
point of them is they're supposed to slide a little.
Yeah.
Like you know,
Okay.
you land on your left foot and kind of slide a little.
Yeah.
Went to do it, just stuck, no slide. So then like
no.
all of my weight just went into my left leg.
Oh no.
And just kind of like felt a little like, ta-ta, you know,
Wow.
a little, like maybe a little a quick little dislocation, then right back in.
Wow. Did you scream?
No.
Okay.
I just went.
Where'd the ball go? Straight into the gutter?
I don't remember, but
Straight into the
afterwards
gutter.
it was no. I don't roll gutter balls.
Weird. That's all I roll.
After that, you know, I just had to really gut it out. So it was like a one.
Gut it out.
It's
Yeah.
it was like a 117, you know, but people are
Okay.
saying like on a curve that's like a 217.
Wow. So he couldn't even come through?
I also had a hip thing
No,
last
but I
week.
don't make excuses, you know.
That's true. That's true.
I had a hip thing where there was a massive purple bruise on my hip. Like massive. It looked like I got hit by like a baseball or something, or even a softball.
But you don't know how you
kinda
got
scary.
it?
No, I had no idea.
Side of the bed, maybe?
Well, I realized a few days later, I woke up in the middle of the night and my keys were in my pocket and they were right
What?
on the bruise. And so I woke up and I was like, oh, that's kind of annoying.
Why
And I
are you
go,
sleeping with something that has pockets?
I'll just sleep in whatever.
What do you sleep with?
Yeah.
Just boxers.
I don't even think I have any pants that don't have pockets. Oh, okay. I mean, that works too.
You sleep in pants?
Well, I mean, not like
shorts.
freaking jeans, but like occasionally it'll be like sweatpants or like t-shirts or shorts is the word I was looking for.
Do you wear
That's
a
the-
shirt too?
Occasionally. Depends on the
sometimes I
day.
do.
Holy shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If you say socks, I'm walking out.
I
That'd be
mean,
too
like
hot.
half the time.
Oh
Sometimes
my
I'm
God.
not picky. I sleep just fine. I just lay down and
It sounds like he
sleep.
sleeps in his just day clothes. Just,
This is
whatever I
why-
get home
he's
in,
just like,
I just
yeah.
get in bed.
Well,
Well,
like, yeah,
time-
went to work this
wouldn't be
way.
the first. I mean, I'm probably gonna go to the game tonight, have a few beers, and when I get home, I'm gonna lay down and go to sleep.
With your shoes on too.
It wouldn't be the first time.
Oh my.
This is
Hat?
crazy.
No, I do take the
You guys
hat.
No
don't
hat,
get
okay.
hot when you're sleep. Like I can't. I need to have
Use less blankets.
But I like the blankets are comfy.
The one
So
leg
are
in, one
sweatpants.
leg out.
Oh yeah,
I
that's
mean,
standard operating
yeah.
procedure.
Oh, H-Town Bronco says sleeping naked's the only way to go.
So I've experimented.
Bro.
It just doesn't feel
Haven't we
right.
all? Yeah, no, it doesn't feel right.
Yeah.
Things are just floating around. They don't need to be
Yeah.
floating around.
Exactly.
It is interesting.
You feel so unprotected.
Yeah.
But also kind of free.
too free.
Yeah.
Too free.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, there is
Too
such a thing.
Yep. just need
I
something
need
to
some
hold
guidance
everything
in my
together.
life.
Yeah.
Wow, this is. I'm surprised we've never had this conversation
Yeah,
before.
that is
It's really
interesting.
true. It's really true.
New conversation.
I might
Yeah.
need to
just
start
dropped.
like just a little sleep journal. I'll just document what I wear that night.
Okay, so wait, your shirt, shorts, and socks.
Or sweatpants or no socks or no shirt or
Sweatpants.
yeah. You just don't use the blanket then.
I'm literally sweating thinking about this.
It is really hot. I don't know if it's this conversation that's getting me hot. The lights, the moth.
Yeah.
Okay, what's
I
your
love that
setup?
moth.
Just something on the bottom. It can be sweats, it can be shorts, but definitely a second layer beyond just the boxers.
Okay.
Oh,
And then sometimes a shirt, sometimes not a shirt.
Yeah.
Wow,
Yeah.
that's
And you're
crazy
just
that you guys
boxers.
mix it up.
Yeah.
Like, I sleep the exact same way every night, unconditionally.
Do you have like a routine?
What do you mean?
It's like, oh, time to
Yeah,
take my shirt off.
clothes off and then
Put
go to bed.
pajamas on as a routine. Yeah, that makes
Weird.
sense.
I just get tired and then I go to sleep.
Wow.
That is wild. What about like brushing your teeth?
Oh yeah. Like you
that-
jump in there.
So you do have a
and-
part.
I mean,
Do you brush in bed?
no, I don't brush in bed. I wander when I brush.
Yeah, me too.
Oh,
okay.
I
Yeah.
don't stay in the.
I don't trust
in the
my
bathroom.
ability to keep the
Oh,
foam in my
it's
mouth.
part of the game.
drips. Yeah, it drips.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
But like when the time comes, you're like cock your head
Freaking
back a
me
little bit
out.
and run back to the bathroom and panic. Or
Suck
if you're
it
close
in.
to the kitchen, you just go to the kitchen.
Some
man.
ASMR for those who are here for that.
Can anyone relate this to
How did we
Broncos?
get here?
Yeah, I don't know.
Oh, my
Started
hip
with
thing.
hip injury.
Yeah.
So you got a
Your hip injury.
you went to sleep with your keys in your pocket and got an injury out and
That
got a
sounds
bruise
so-
out.
Oh,
Well, I
awful.
think that must have been it because it was right on the same spot. Because a couple nights later, I woke up and I was like, "Oh, that's uncomfortable." I was like, those are the keys on the bruise. I better roll over to the other side. And so then I realized like that, like there's a real chance, like just given the spot, given that what else could have been.
Yeah, that sounds awful.
So just what I wanted to say is enjoy this while it lasts, because once you turn 30, if you have like a random bruise, you just think you're dying.
Yeah.
Oh no.
Yeah.
Yep.
And then as you get older, don't they just start going to your limbs and stuff? Those bruises?
I don't know, but just like once you turn 30,
Whoa.
you're just like, uh-oh, something's wrong with me. Is this it?
Wow. Whoa.
Did you have one of those scares a couple weeks ago?
Yeah.
And then you visit the doctor and you're like, oh, okay, I'm fine. I'm not dying. Yep,
Yes.
Yep, I'm good.
Yeah, I was like nauseous for like 10 straight days. I was like, well, I guess this is how it ends.
Oh, wow.
And they're like, here, have some
Nauseous.
anti-nausea medication.
Boom.
Oh, I'm not nauseous.
Wow.
That's amazing. Wait, so I have to go back to bowling, though. You don't have your own shoes, but you have your own ball.
Wow, and it really screwed you over, too.
It did. It
Yeah.
did. So I was thinking about this. Have you ever heard of the company called Golf Kicks? Sorry, free advertising.
No?
No.
They
Imagine
are a
golf.
I just
company
go to
that
Nike.
will like help you turn any shoes into golf shoes.
Wow.
I'm like, we need bowling kicks.
So you can wear those.
Yeah, like if I could wear Air Maxes to the bowling alley, I would absolutely have my own
And
bowling
you
shoes.
just throw some sliding stuff on the bottom.
Right, just
Wow.
But then every time you go, like the manager's going to walk over and say, sir, you need bowling shoes. And then you have to be like, no, look, feel this. It's slippery. And it'd be every single time.
well, it comes with a free bowling shirt that says these are bowling shoes on the back.
Well, then you're stuck wearing the same shirt every. Is it a good
Is it
shirt?
actually?
It's a bowling shirt.
Okay.
Well, I just invented this company, so
Oh,
yeah.
well, I was thinking maybe the golf shoes.
No, that
gave
would never
you-
happen because no one cares what shoes you wear on the golf course unless you
No.
wear
Don't
metal
Don't they
spikes.
kind of, though?
The metal
No,
spikes.
they don't care.
No.
I mean, if
there are
you
people
show up
who
there
like,
in like your
literally will wear
flip-flops.
baseball cleats because they think that's like what
Oh,
they're just
yeah.
like, oh, cleats,
That's
and then
not
like
good.
you put holes in the
Right.
green.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's probably not the TLC it needs.
No,
Like they would let you out there with like flip flops. It'd be you who would be like, whoa, this just doesn't work.
a lot of people play barefoot.
Yeah.
Really?
You know, it's kind of
Wow.
like a connecting to nature type of
Yeah,
thing.
yeah, being one with.
I don't know about
yeah,
that.
Yeah.
People say like, yeah, it's good for you to touch grass. And I always thought that was like it was
We're
more
not
of like
talking about in the literal sense.
okay, see, and that's what I thought was like, it's like a metaphorical thing. Like,
It's like
be
go
around
outside.
nature. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
But then I'm not throwing anybody under the bus. I've seen people take that very literally, as in like, you need to be touching grass and it's good for you. I was like, wait, that's insane. That's an absurd thing.
Maybe they're
you
talking
get
about
itchy.
touching other grass.
Well, that's good for you too.
Is it good for you?
It's not bad.
It could be good for you, good for the soul.
There are
Yeah.
times when I say like, oh, I'm probably gonna have like 6 beers tonight. That's not a good decision. There are other approaches probably.
It sounds like that's
Just
what
doesn't work
you're.
the same.
That's what you're taking tonight. That approach.
It's gonna be a lot of beers tonight.
And
I
he's
need to
gonna
be
be excited to
I need
tell
to
us
be
about it tomorrow.
angry. Well, I hope I am. If I will remember.
I'm already angry.
There we go. You know
yeah.
what this reminds me of? This whole conversation.
The Broncos.
Pins and aces.
Pins and aces.
Because if you want to be on the golf course and you don't want to have to worry about like rolling around in grass because you want to just wear the coolest apparel, well, check out our friends over at Pins and Aces. And speaking of being one with grass, if you want to celebrate 420, they've got a line of 420 shirts on their website
Wow.
and so many other types of shirts with really cool designs. But the most important thing, it's comfortable. Whether you're golfing, whether you're not golfing. Honestly, I don't golf really, and I still just love golf apparel. I love my Pins and Aces clothes. So check them out. More than just apparel. They've got so many club heads.
Oh, so close.
covers.
no, it's the same
Oh,
way you
head
always
covers.
say.
There we go.
The head covers. There we go. So many cool ones, including representing the schools in Colorado, including Colorado head covers as well.
Yes.
Club covers. Club heads.
Head covers.
Head
You had it
covers.
right.
Head covers. Okay. So check them out. Use that promo code DNVR to get 15% off Pins and Aces, where it's your one-stop shop for golf stuff.
The club head is the end of the club.
Right.
The head cover covers the club head.
It's confusing, though, because it could be called a club cover.
Could also be called a club condom.
I'll remember that
Condom.
it's not that.
Yeah, good.
Also, if you need sunglasses,
Quandom. Sounds like a Klondike bar.
That's what exactly what
It's
came
not
to
what you want to be thinking of.
that'd be like a condom for a Klondike bar,
Yeah, don't get those confused.
which would just turn to like a melty mess.
What would you do?
I don't know, because it would just melt so quickly.
Wow. But if it was protected,
Right.
It would maybe you just drink it No.
Well, you know how they come. They come all wrapped up anyway. So are they already in a Klondome?
That is the Klondome.
Yeah.
We should sell this to Klondike. Do they do podcast ads? We should reach out.
Honestly, they should.
They have
Yeah,
ads.
just
They
send
have
this to them.
ads.
Because then
Yeah.
you just say the thing at the end
What would you do?
for a Klondike bar.
That was flat.
That and,
Well, I
well,
couldn't
and then I
remember the
was
tune.
stuck
I
because
couldn't
he was
remember the
flat.
tune.
You couldn't remember the tune?
No, I can't.
Shit, now I can't.
Yeah, see?
What would you do for a Klondike
Damn,
bar?
that was good. That was
He
good.
went
No
like
free
sixth
ads.
grade choir on that one. Shady Rays, though, for if you're in a situation where a Klondike bar might melt, regardless of what it's inside of, then you want to be able to see through the sun. It was another sunny day. I haven't unpacked my sunglasses from Wyoming, which really sucks because up there, it's like, wow, it is nice to have these, but they aren't a necessity. Down here recently, it's been like a necessity to have your sunglasses, so I really do need to go unpack those. Because now that I've lived without sunglasses, or with sunglasses, I realize that without sunglasses, my eyes just hurt outside. And I don't like that. And even like now I'm thinking about these lights and stuff that are also super bright. Protect your eyes, get Shady Rays. They're great sunglasses. They're all polarized. And they also help people build things like play sets for pediatric cancer patients.
Really
or yeah, that's a very good thing to do. Provide young adults with MS the adventure of a lifetime. So they're making impact in the community. One more reason why you would want to give them money. It goes to the Shady Rays impact. And over 250,000 people have given them 5 stars. So use the code DNVR at Shady Rays. You can get 50% off 2 or more pairs of polarized sunglasses.
Boom. And before we actually get into maybe Broncos talk, if everyone hit us with a thumbs up, we would really appreciate it. Helps us a lot. If you're listening on podcast side, hit us with a 5-star review and subscribe, whether on the podcast side, whether on YouTube.
What Tater says, I'm the songbird of my generation.
Wow. Coming
really
in from,
good.
what a compliment from
I
Wet
always
Tater.
get so happy when we're having the dumbest fucking conversation.
Yeah.
And then I look at the comments and they're not mad at us.
Yeah, and people like
No,
it.
you
In
always
fact,
just expect like get back on topic.
I'm like, thank you guys. We
Yeah.
were having
Our-
a really good time there.
I
yeah.
think it was our guy Eamon said it was too much Broncos talk in the first.
Oh,
yeah.
I like that.
So appreciate
I also
that.
like the songbird of the generation thing. Like, is he was like listening to like screamo all day?
No, that's
It's like, it's like, wow, this guy's good.
that's a Step Brothers reference.
Oh, it is, isn't it?
Yep.
Yeah, that's a good
Mix
movie.
of Fergie and Jesus.
It went over my head too, Henry.
Yeah, I just don't remember details. I just remember like Step Brothers. Oh, funny movie. I like that one.
I'm so bad with movie references.
I know, and people will
So
be like
bad.
remembering all the quotes and stuff. I'm just
Yeah.
like, is that what he said? I just remember like there was like a rake or something gets hit with it. It's funny.
Yeah. He does. They don't step on any rakes and Step
No,
Brothers.
but that is an all-time joke. I mean, of all the things people have come up with, guy stepping on a rake hits him in the face. It's incredible.
I would love to see LeBron do that.
Oh, it'd be a big rake.
It would be a big
Hear that or it's not. Might hit something
Hit him
else.
in a worse
Something
place.
else.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay. So schedule dropped. Hank wasn't here.
Yeah.
We'll get to Hank's takes on the schedule in a minute. But first, we're going to rank the top 5 most important games on the schedule. And the way that I would say this is being ranked by is like, if they're going to make the playoffs, they got to win this one.
Most important for this team this year. Most important games to win.
Yep. But I guess
That's actually
Yeah.
that's exactly how I'm taking
That's
it.
how
too,
I did, too.
because it's honestly like the games you want the Broncos to win, but to me, I'm putting a slightly realistic spin on it because, of course, if you could say both Chiefs games, those would be 1 and 2. But to me, why I'm not putting the Chiefs at 1 and 2, and in fact, I don't even think I'm going to have the Chiefs in my top 5, is realistically coming into this season, the Broncos aren't competing for the AFC West title. So I'm just trying to have a tiny bit realistic of a case for this. If the Broncos make the playoffs this year, then next year, then it's like, okay, maybe they actually can compete. And if you want to compete for the division, you do have to beat the Chiefs in one of these 2 games, if not both games. But so for me, be just a little realistic with it. And that's why I'm not going Chiefs, number 1.
that's yours, bro.
I saw you were on the show, so I was like, oh shit, I'll just bring it down
Wow, that was too nice of Parker.
Wow.
Yeah, what a he went to get it for me.
You want to explain?
So, local, actually national coffee brand.
Yeah,
no
yeah,
free
yeah.
ads, of course.
No free ads as it's sitting on our set.
The best
Yeah.
one though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, national coffee brand. I use the mobile app, which is a great way to order your coffee.
Yep.
And I showed up at my local version of said national store, and it wasn't there. It wasn't ready for me like it normally is, and I was like, oh, it must just be taking them a minute. Waited a couple more minutes, then it hit me. I probably ordered this to the wrong version of this store. If you're thinking the right store, you know there's one on every corner. So I didn't have time to go to the other store, which is like past the office, come back. So I just asked the person, I'm like, hey, can you help me out here? I ordered this to the wrong store. Great customer service.
Love to hear it.
Took care of me immediately. But then I realized, well, now there's just a coffee and breakfast sitting on the
store.
ledge, and it's going to go to waste.
Yeah.
Just going to sit there all day before they eventually throw it away. So I just put in the Slack, hey, there's a free coffee and breakfast for anyone that wants it down the street. And Parker, being the incredible guy that he is, thought I needed someone to pick it up for me.
Yeah.
So he went and got it and brought it here.
Yeah. And then you just told him it's his.
Oh, that was
He probably is now going to give that away to someone else because I can't imagine he stopped at Starbucks and didn't get anything for himself.
True.
I don't know what Starbucks is.
That's true. Wow. Again, as it's sitting in the middle of our set right now.
You mean this plastic cup?
Yeah.
Everybody has
Clear
plastic cups.
plastic cup?
I'm just worried because if he's not used to having those massive cold brews that, yeah, we can say cold brew.
Oh,
Just
that's-
yep, they're everywhere.
Yeah.
That we might get off this show, and he's just like a psycho. Like he might have his shirt off. He's just like waving it around.
Hank, the
running-
thing is, most people do know how to control themselves. So you don't typically drink that.
Yeah,
that
that's why
much
I don't
coffee,
have
and You think
those.
that other people would act like that.
Yeah, that's why I don't have
sometimes you
those.
just are enjoying the taste, and you don't realize that you just drank 24 ounces of cold
or
brew.
like back when I used to drive 45 minutes to an hour to Broncos practice every day. It's like, yeah, time to stop and get coffee. Might as well get a big one. I'm gonna be sitting here, and it's just so nice to have and drink it. And then you get there and it's like shaking.
I started. You remember that game? Oh God, we are so off the
Yeah,
rails.
this is bad.
Remember that game we were playing on the flight to London?
Oh, the
the
one with the balls. Yes.
Yeah. I found a game like that on my phone,
Really.
and I've been playing it a bunch, and that's what I imagine Parker's gonna be like when we go up there, just boing, 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 boing.
I was so good at that game.
So, schedule.
Yes. Okay.
We're going to go
Should
5
I
to 1?
disagree with
1
you
to 5?
now or later?
Just disagree with me now.
Okay.
Huh.
I strongly disagree with the Chiefs take.
Okay.
Now,
Interesting.
I am not going to put the Chiefs number one on my list.
So you don't
or
really strongly disagree.
anything about it. There is something to be said about mental hurdles. And I think the Nuggets are a perfect example. Beating the Suns. They got the last time they played them, they got swept by them. Their fans hadn't stopped running their mouth about it since then. It'd
They
been
were
2
terrible
years.
fans.
For the Nuggets to get the Suns in the second round and then beat them handily, it just does something to you internally where you're like, no, we're that team now. So
He is me.
I am him.
No, but the bowler. What did the bowler say?
Who
The first.
do you think you are? I am.
Yes, I am.
Which is crazy that I didn't say that once during bowling league.
That is crazy.
Well, it's 'cause you
Anyways.
got hurt. You're battling through injury.
You got to
Yeah.
pull it out at the right time.
Yeah.
Hurt.
See, I need to remind him about the injury. That's
Yeah.
how
Yeah, it's
clearly
serious.
it impacted him.
If you win a championship or something.
I actually put some CBD cream on it last night.
Wow.
Worked
No
wonders.
free ads.
We need just one day where you say, okay, this is the free ad podcast. We can all just
Just get out
let
all the
everything
things
out.
you like.
All the things I like and can't talk about.
Except the hangover cure. You still haven't given that one out.
I have to people who have DM'd me.
Yeah, but on the show,
Nope.
publicly.
They're gonna pay
Wait,
me.
are you done with disagreeing with me?
No.
Okay.
So
because I want to disagree with you.
I believe that if the Broncos are going to be a playoff team this year, they need to get over that mental hurdle. And so for me, I'll just say it now. Number 5 is the Chiefs, and I will also have a Raiders game in here because I think you have to get over that hump too.
Okay.
Which shouldn't be one, but it is.
And here's why I disagree with you disagreeing about what I said earlier is there's a massive difference between the Nuggets and Suns and the Broncos and
Yes,
Chiefs.
there
You're
is.
talking about the
I'm just-
Nuggets beating the Suns in the second round of the playoffs with a back-to-back MVP.
But I'm just talking
with
about
the
mental
number
hurdles
one
in general.
seed. But the Broncos don't have to overcome that mental hurdle in order to, what I think we all agree on is a successful season would be making the playoffs this year. They don't have to beat the Chiefs twice or once
They don't.
even in order to complete their goals. So for me, that's something that, and I guess maybe we just
But
do
you're
this
thinking of it in a
differently.
literal sense, and I'm thinking it more metaphorically, where it's like, if they beat them, the confidence that they will gain from that will allow them to make the playoffs.
It would be great. To me, it's not necessary at all, and that's why it just honestly does not this year fall in the top 5 for me.
Real quick, can I disagree with your disagreement of
Ryan's
his disagreement with your
disagreement, yeah.
disagreement? Is that how many?
I
how
think
many?
Yeah, that's right.
it connects the dots,
Okay, yeah, there we go. There we go. Because I also agree that it probably doesn't matter all that much this year. I mean, I guess if you beat the Chiefs this year, you probably are going to playoffs. So there is that. But
what I
don't.
mean.
That's not like the most
But see,
clear
I'm
path.
having a little realistic glasses on for
definitely.
this.
But also, like, I don't know. If you look big picture, it'd be cool to go to the playoffs and like anything happens once you're in. I don't know. It's about finding a way to win a Super Bowl, and that's probably like a 5-year project or whatever. And I don't know. Maybe getting rid of that Chiefs winning streak is important enough in a season where you're not winning a Super Bowl. Be like, yeah, that.
So are
that
you
was
putting
a
them
big
in your
one.
top 5?
It's
By
not
the way,
my
it's
top 5.
Chiefs at home.
Henry,
He made a good point.
I just went and actually, like, should we put the week 2, or we could just have the logo, but at home or verse.
Yeah, just do verse.
Henry, that was you sent us on a roller coaster ride, saying how important it is.
No,
but
he can
yet it's
like
not in
my
the top
take
5.
with not
Yeah.
without having my
Henry,
It's a good take. I just don't think it's top
You just
5.
agree with me. You agree with me more than you agree with Ryan.
Yeah.
Thank you. Just one Chiefs game in there in the top 5 with you?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah, because home or away Thursday night game is just brutal from the schedule makers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Although I kind of like it.
I'd rather it's a Thursday than a Sunday for the Broncos.
Like weird things happen on Thursday.
Exactly.
Not on the road against the defending Super Bowl.
It just it brings in so much randomness, and in a game that's almost already decided,
Yeah.
randomness is a good thing.
Okay, you guys are crazy.
I'm not predicting them to win. I'm just saying
Oh hell no!
I think they have actually a better chance of winning on Thursday night than they would on say
Yep.
Sunday night.
So where do we go from here? Since we're starting at 5 for Ryan,
Should we hit some number ones?
I want to start at 1.
Okay.
Oh, okay. I would have definitely gone backwards order,
I
but
can't do that. I can't do that.
No,
in my head.
it's just my brain.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm a very forward person.
Let's meet.
I can't remember the past.
Let's meet. What Henry and I'll do 1 to 5. You'll do 5 to 1.
Yes,
You'll have
Let's
more
do it.
drama for
I'll just flip with you
I
guys.
kind
Henry,
of like this.
Where are you going?
Number 1, this one feels super easy to me.
Ooh.
It's the season opener against
Okay.
the Raiders.
Yep.
Like, there's just so much there.
I'm with
I mean,
Henry on this.
You start with it's the season opener. Sure would be good to start on the right foot. Then you throw in you've lost however many in the row. There's almost like that little Chiefs aspect at play there. The
Yep.
mental hurdle of losing 6 in a row. You've got the fact that this is a team that is in your division, so it kind of counts double. You throw in that it's a team that probably will also be kind of competing for the middle of the AFC, so it's a team you want to give a loss to for that reason. This one was just too simple for me.
Yep. It's a home game against the Raiders. You should win those every year. But the fact that it's the season opener is it just sets the tone. Opening against a rival is intense. And again, in terms of like gleaning momentum and confidence, opening the season with a rivalry win can take you a long way. So
Yep.
This is just a little too easy. You guys are just going with it's just a little too easy for
Too
this to
easy.
be the number 1.
Okay.
That's why I'm going the Raiders game at home week 1, number 2.
Oh.
I'm not going to take
Ooh,
the
are you
easy
doing middle
path.
out?
Like, oh,
You're so
it's the
dangerous.
first game. I'm just gonna be real here. It's number 2.
What is number 1?
Number 1. Come on, guys.
Commanders week 2.
We're no, disgusting. We're talking about a team that could be making a playoff push. That could be.
Chargers week 17.
Boom. That is it. Now, this could blow up on me. If we're sitting here week 14 and the Broncos are 5 and
Yep.
5 and 10 or
Something,
something,
yeah.
and
I'll
it's like,
definitely remember that you said this was your most important.
yeah, it'll just be an egg on my face or
hate when
egg
that happens.
bite on my face, referring to another story that you
How
told
did
earlier.
you know that that's what I got?
You put it in the
I put it in
chat.
the-
Yeah. And then also he brought the bag over, and it was the
Oh, yeah.
egg bag with
I've never
a
had
certain
one of these.
logo
You know
on
bags.
it. I
Are they
know,
good?
I know bags. Never had one.
I
Kind
just-
of disgusting
they confuse-
thought to
yeah.
me. Yeah.
Wait, why?
A pre-cooked egg that's then been heated up, but it's not really egg texture. It's more fluffy, but it's not a scrambled egg fluffy. It's
Do you like eggs?
no.
Okay, well,
Yeah.
it starts and ends there.
I like a good
It does start
fried
there.
egg.
You're right.
I can't do scrambled eggs. I mean, I can, but I just really don't. I don't get the appeal.
Anyways, back to the Chargers.
Oh, yeah.
Why this is big. You hope that the Broncos are playing for something in this game. And if they are, this is huge because, Henry, you said that the Raiders probably a team that's fighting for the Broncos for a spot. No, the team that's really going to be fighting for the Broncos for a playoff spot, if the Broncos are in this case, is the Chargers. Unfortunately, the Chargers are better than the Raiders this year. And I think the Broncos could be competing. You hope they're competing with the Chargers for second in the AFC, not the Raiders for fourth in the AFC West. And so that's why I just think that this game in December, it's the Broncos' final home game, is going to be huge. And again, this is going to be the game of the season to determine the Broncos' fate as long as they're in it come like week 14.
I can't believe that I just sit here with you guys every day and half the chat thinks one of you is a Chiefs fan and one of you is a Chargers fan. It's hilarious.
Who went to the playoffs last year? I mean, I don't know why people are saying like.
And then what happened?
They made the playoffs. That's
And
what
then
we're
what
talking
happened?
about for the Broncos. I'm not talking about beating. If I thought the Chargers were the Chiefs, then I wouldn't even have the Chargers in my top 5 because of the argument I made for the Chiefs. If I actually thought the
true.
Chargers were that good, but look, they went to the playoffs last year. I'm just looking at the team they were last year.
Yeah, no, it's just funny.
They were a medium.
They were. Okay.
Henry, we are on a podcast. We are on a show right now. Get the hell out of the chat.
To anybody listening later, I wrote, wow, Zach loves the Chargers.
Oh my God.
Ridiculous.
I have Raiders number 1 as well, Alyssa. All right. Number 2 for me. The very next week.
Oh, this is disgusting.
yeah.
Oh my God, I'm so sick.
Why?
This is so bad. Are you just gonna go 1 through 5?
No, I already didn't do that, so you know that perfectly.
Okay, are you gonna go 1 through 6, just with excluding one game off?
No. If you go out and beat the Raiders, you obviously should beat the Commanders in week 2. And if you can do this, you just have momentum going into the rest of the season. The first 4 games, Raiders, Commanders, Dolphins, Bears, you have a legitimate chance to start 4-0 if you win those first 2. And if you don't win those first 2, well, now you're in the danger zone. Obviously, you think you should be able to go 2-2, but you have two of those 4 are on the road. At Dolphins, at Bears are on the road. You could start 1-3 against those 4 teams. Season's over. Yep.
The Dolphins and the Bears, those 2 games are more difficult than the Raiders and Commanders.
You think so?
Yep.
Yeah, they're on the road.
The first 2 are at home.
Okay.
The other 2 are on the road. The Dolphins are the best team among those 4, and the Bears, don't sleep on them.
I'll sleep on.
Don't sleep.
That's the easiest one of those 4.
What's their win total? I honestly don't. Wasn't it 5.5?
I don't
That
know.
seems high.
It does
Oh
seem
my
high.
God, give me the over.
They don't
Well-
have good players.
Okay, so either way, it doesn't really matter to me. If you win the first 2, you could technically afford to lose the next 2, which
You
are the
can't.
2
True.
tougher.
You can't though.
Technically,
You got to
could.
come out 3-1.
I agree,
You
but
do.
you have to win the first 2, or else you're not coming out of it 3-1.
If you include the Jets, do you have to come out 3-2?
No, Jets are in a different conversation.
Okay.
Jets are closer to the conversation of the next 4, where it's 2 Chiefs
Okay.
games and a Packers game than they are that first 4.
So, anyways, to me, to start 3-1 in that first 4, you got to win these first 2. They are maybe statistically the games you are most likely to win because of the Broncos' record in early season home games, and so you just can't afford to lose them. You
Yeah.
can't afford to lose them.
Wouldn't that suck if they start 0-2? We're gonna touch wood for that, but because then all of a sudden you're past your 2 easiest games.
Yeah.
Like the season's over.
That's exactly what I'm getting at.
Yeah.
Here, is that they're must wins to me.
Those are important.
to make this season off on the right track.
Yeah, I mean, they're certainly important. Henry, where are you going there for number 3?
I'm at the Raiders. Last game of the season. I mean that. But I mean, every year you say like,
So
oh, something's
your
going to be on
1
the
and
line
2
there.
are both Raiders games.
I mean, they're the first and last games of the year. Like,
Fair.
it just kind of worked out to be that way. Again, I don't think the gap between the Raiders and Chargers is that big, which I know could sound crazy to people, including Zach. This is probably going to be a tough game. And it is, I don't know. Like I said, every year you say, oh, it's the last game of the season, something's going to be on the line. And then for the past, like, 5 years, nothing's been on the line.
Yep.
But you got, I mean, if the season matters, then this is a game that's really going to matter.
It's true. I was just thinking about something. And these people are going to be mad that I'm going at them again.
Oh, no.
But how are the people who are Broncos and Lakers fans cool with sharing a basketball team with Raiders fans?
Huh. Yeah. That would be weird.
Wait, say that again?
If you're a Broncos and Lakers fan,
Okay.
that means you share a basketball team with Raiders fans. Because, like, the overwhelming majority of Raiders fans are also Lakers
That'd be
fans.
so uncomfortable.
They must just have like they're good at separating things.
I guess.
Cause yeah, you're right.
Ugh.
That's tough.
Yeah.
But then aren't they also sharing a basketball team with Rams fans too?
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, and Cowboys fans.
But
and
only
Yankees
for
fans.
only for like 2 months of the year. You know, that's when they all jump in. Is like right around now.
It's just
Yeah.
you're like willingly having a lot in common with Raiders fans.
Like
Yeah,
you're just friends
really
with them.
true.
Like you're liking each other's tweets.
Yeah.
Ick.
Okay, so you explained Raiders number 2.
Yep.
Number 3,
I don't have any friends who are Raiders fans.
My barber.
my
It's the worst thing about him.
my uncle, because my dad grew up in California.
Oh.
Yeah.
Fun
yeah.
fact.
Yeah, it is fun. See, funner than being 5'9".
Way more.
Yeah.
I don't know. Somebody did point on Twitter, if I had said 69 inches, would have been way more fun.
That
Yeah,
would have been.
it would have
that
been.
actually
Yeah.
would have
It's all about
been
presentation.
That would have been fun.
Yep. It also would have, it would have just seemed like you were talking about something else too, and that would have also been a little funny.
That would have been
But
funny.
you didn't take that route. Okay, I'm gonna create a little pattern here. If I say I'm creating a little pattern, can you guys help me out with who my number 3 is?
fun.
Chargers, Raiders.
Chargers, Raiders.
Oh, there we go,
Oh.
man.
I know patterns.
Yeah, you're probably
Oh.
pretty good at the SAT, figuring out some patterns and
Yeah.
stuff.
Only problem is I forgot a calculator.
Yeah, that'll hurt. I showed up for, I think it was the LSAT, an hour after it started.
So I get
It
there.
was tough.
I mean, this is so me. I just think like, yeah, SAT, like you just show up and take it. I didn't like read anything about it. I didn't do anything.
Yeah.
And sign up.
No, I did sign up, but I just didn't read like the email that was like, bring your own calculator, bring like a snack or some shit.
Dang.
And so I'm just like, I see everyone carrying like pencils, calculators. I'm like, I fucked up. So then there's just the girl next to me, and like, you know how they make it so you're never on the same thing as the person next to you, so you can't cheat. So I'm like, hey, can I borrow your calculator? She's like, shh, please. Then like eventually we were actually both on a different math section, so I just had to sit there and wait until
That's
she was
tough.
done.
And then fly through it.
Yeah.
So I'm going at the Chargers here, and I kept talking about, as long as the Broncos are kind of in it come the last month of the season. Well, this Chargers game is December 10th. It's the 5th to last game. The Broncos are still going to be in it at this point, and this game could honestly be the flipping point of the season. Do the Broncos beat the Chargers and have the second best record in the AFC West, or do they lose and they're kind of falling? Now they don't have the tiebreaker against the Chargers and they're falling out. And also, just a division game. Division games are the most important. And so Broncos also have a history of beating the Chargers in Los Angeles, and this is going to feel like a home game here. So give me the Chargers, and then I'll just give you my number 4 right now. That is,
We didn't ask for it.
well, I'm just giving it.
the
I didn't
pattern.
say, can I give you my 4?
Yeah.
I said I'm giving you my 4 right now, following the pattern.
Not the first time you've given someone your 4.
I don't know what.
Oh.
Don't know what you could be referring to, because
I figured it out.
I'm not a 4.
Oh, well, congrats to Zach.
Take the L.
Where's
It
it
was
to
such
Zach?
a good day.
And now the Raiders on the road. As Henry said, this is another one that could just look so stupid at the end of the season when both teams are 6-10 going into this game. It's like, well, this game definitely is the least important on the schedule. But the last game against a division rival. This, you kind of hope is worth something. So this could easily be just the most important one at the end of the season.
It might. I mean, you're making a good point. I just pulled up the DraftKings win totals. Raiders at 7.5, Broncos at 8.5, Chargers at 9.5.
Wow.
These games will probably decide how they do shake out at the end. So
so everyone in the chat give me shit for saying the Chargers are going to be competitive in the playoff run.
Close my tab.
At least I have DraftKings on my side.
I don't think that's what they're giving you shit for. They just feel like you're always thinking about them.
I will say
We're going through the most important games on the schedule and their division opponents.
I didn't say they were right. I just said that's what they think.
J.C. Jackson being back and healthy does scare me a little.
Stop letting anything about the Chargers scare you.
Here's the
is the
thing.
one
Here's the
thing.
thing. Let me defend my hate for the Chargers.
Okay.
J.C. Jackson was just bad last year before he even got hurt.
But he had like a
So-
thing in the training camp too, and then
That's called playing for the Chargers.
Look who's defending the Chargers now.
I'm not defending the
I.
Chargers. I'll just say J.C. Jackson does scare me.
We should get Henry. Remember when Rob Lowe wore the NFL hat?
Yeah.
Get Henry an AFC West hat.
That's good. Okay. I would like your guys' 3 and 4 now, please.
I've already given 3, so it's
thank
probably
you for
Henry's
asking.
turn.
Yes. See, I was just, but actually, Henry, do you have it yet, or do you still need to think a second?
At the Dolphins.
Nope, you need to think a second, because I
Oh.
need to tell you about our friends over
I get
at
it.
FOCO, where maybe if you want an NFL hat, maybe if you want an AFC West hat, I actually don't know if you can get those anywhere, but you can get Broncos gear, all the Broncos gear that you want, whether it's for your body, whether it's for your man cave, whether it's for your office, wherever it's for, they've got it over at FOCO. Also, you want some Nuggets gear to celebrate the Western Conference Finals and Championship push they're making, they've got it. You want to commemorate the Avs' 3 championships, you can get that over at FOCO as well. And on that FOCO graphic, I don't see any Rockies stuff, and that probably makes sense. Those are the big 3 things that you want right now. So check them out. Use that promo code DNVR to get 10% off over at FOCO.
We have a new member in the Madden League, and I was like, who are your squads?
I know, love that.
All Colorado. Broncos, Nuggets, Avs.
It's like that's the most Colorado fan there is. Yeah.
Just left off the Rockies.
I bet 2 years ago he would have said Rockies too.
Yeah.
Would have
Speaking
included
of Colorado, one team I'm a fan of, Colorado Golf Association.
that's very true.
Honestly, you got to be a CGA member because then you can have an official handicap. And if you don't, everyone assumes you're a sandbagger. So
True.
Get your handicap. And honestly, I even assume everyone's handicap they're sandbagging. That's just kind of how I approach life. But then you can actually enter into legitimate competitions, even if it's with your friends. You can get the scores right and the numbers right. So you should have that. But also, being a CGA member gets you the opportunity to play exclusive rounds at courses you would never be able to play otherwise. Like I played Flying Horse because I'm a CGA member. Never would have been able to do that otherwise. Were you there that day?
That's another thing I don't remember well. Is just like names of golf courses.
Remember, it was you, me, Spence, Mitch. We drove.
Sounds like it.
Yeah, I think you were there.
Damn, that's
it was
kinda,
cold.
It's kind of sad that he doesn't even remember, right?
I mean, I remember if I saw a picture, I'd be like, oh yeah, that.
Remember the CGA gave us those beanies because it was cold?
Yeah.
You know how-
that was the cold place.
Yes.
And then we tried to go down to the shed to do the podcast.
Yes.
Yeah,
yes,
but
yes.
You know how
Yeah.
Ryan remembers?
No.
That photographic
Photographic memory.
Oh, that's right.
I get to see a photo of you swinging that club wearing a beanie.
with a beanie.
Wow. What a day that was. With the hot dogs.
Yep.
Wow, the memory's coming back.
Yeah, I just don't remember names of
Interesting.
golf
He remembers
courses.
hot dogs.
Well, you'll remember
They're
it
good.
if you go to Aspen Glen Club this year, the club at Ravenna, the Pinery, and more. So check out Colorado Golf by visiting coloradogolf.org and use the code DNVR5 to get $5 off your membership, which is actually a really good deal.
Yeah. All right. Okay, so Henry, you were just about to give us your answer. We're all dying for number 3 from you.
At the Dolphins. It's a lot like the Commanders logic.
I love the difference in all of ours.
Yeah, I was confused. I'm surprised nobody's going Chiefs heavy. That was the one where I thought somebody was going to show up and go Chiefs, but we're all on the same page.
Not touching the Chiefs.
Nope, because that just isn't
Except for Ryan,
important.
he's touching them a little bit.
So the Dolphins game, for those who don't know, that's week 3 versus Raiders versus Commanders at Dolphins. I really considered the Commanders game, but for the same reason, I was like, you know what? Number 1's important. This Dolphins game it's more important than the Commanders because it's another one of those teams where could they make the playoffs? Could they miss the playoffs? Who knows? Over 9.5 is what it's at, and it's plus money. So they're right there in that same tier.
And to your point about choosing the Dolphins over the Commanders, just simply an AFC team
Exactly.
as well that has more value in the standings, but also more value in terms of head to head. If the Dolphins and Broncos are both 9-8 at the end of the season or 10-7 at the end of the season.
Yep. Good take,
Ryan. I would love your number 3 right now.
Will you please?
My
give it
number
to us?
3.
Yeah, would you just give us your number 3?
October. That doesn't make. That's not.
I was asking for your number. What are you talking about?
October 22nd. Home to the Packers.
Oh.
Why is this so important? Well, because it's sandwiched between 2 Chiefs games. And obviously, if you can get the home game, that's amazing. But you can't go on a 3-game losing streak. You just can't go on a 3-game losing streak. Playoff teams don't do it. So this one's going to be really, really important. And hey, if you win this game, then maybe you get a little catapult into the home game against the Chiefs. So this is a really, really crucial 3-game stretch. You don't have to have high expectations for it, but you can't bottom out here. Let's say you went 2-2 in the first 4. You really do need to go 3-1.
Yeah.
Let's say you went 3-1 in the first 4. Then you lose to the Jets. You lose to the Chiefs. Now you're back to 3-3.
Yep.
You can't lose to the Packers in this situation and then go into another game with the Chiefs before you go into your bye, or else you can walk out of there in big trouble.
And then after the bye, you go to Buffalo.
Yeah. So
and then you got the Vikings, who won like 14 games or whatever. So
dang, the case for this one at number 3 is so good. I could honestly move it up.
And Ryan, that's why to me, even agreeing with Henry earlier about AFC games being more important than NFC games, this one is just has to be on there. That's why I'm going Packers at number 5 as well. And I think a lot more highly of the Jets than you guys. So I do think if you lose that Packers game, that's at least a 4-game losing streak going into the bye. Then with Buffalo then with the Vikings after that. You have to get this game. It's a home game, not against a Hall of Fame quarterback, against a young quarterback. You have to get this game.
It's not that young anymore.
That's very
true.
He's full of love though.
Yes. He is.
But surrounded by 2 Chiefs games, that and alone makes it enough. But then you throw the Jets game, the bye. This absolutely has to be on there.
That's a good call, and I'm considering changing things, but I'm deciding against it. I've got versus the Chargers at number 4.
Wow, you must love them, man.
Wow,
That's disgusting.
Yeah, we've talked about why this could be, but I chose the home game because obviously you always expect those to be a little more winnable, even if it is the Chargers and the weird situation with them not having fans. But it's also second to last week of the season. That's a big game.
Yep. I totally agree.
I see that.
Ryan, with your number 4, are you throwing the Chargers on here?
So
maybe.
I firmly believe I need to add one more AFC West game.
Firmly agree with that.
I have 2 NFC games in here, which are technically by weight the least important. Obviously, division games are by weight the most important, so I need to balance this out. I'm torn between...
Sorry, Brett, speaking of trends, all home games for you so far.
Yeah, road games are kind of like bonuses if you win your home games.
Yeah.
But I might throw a road game in here. I'm between week 17 and week 18. It's either home to Chargers or at the Raiders, and I don't want the Chargers on my list because they're just down for a split. Like I just have them down for a split every year.
Overlooking them.
Would be nice to sweep them for sure, but I think I'm gonna throw this week 18 at Raiders in here. And with the idea that the playoffs are on the line in this game. And we're all there, and that's going to be sick.
Playoffs on line for both teams or just for the Broncos?
I have no idea where the Raiders are going to be, but I do think this could be the difference between a winning record and a losing record, or a 9-win team that just missed out and a 10-win team that makes the wild card. This is going to be really important for the Broncos. Of course, you have to preface all things about the Broncos with if Russ doesn't suck.
Yeah.
So if Russ doesn't suck, the good news for him is he owns Jimmy Garoppolo. So
It's true.
maybe this is primetime too, and then he really owns Jimmy Garoppolo in primetime.
Really true.
So yeah, I'll throw the Raiders in there and say that this is the one that decides it all.
All right. And Henry, finish us out.
I've got versus the Browns.
Oh,
I know.
wow.
Again, that's another one of those teams where their win total set at 9.5. Like that's a good but not
Under.
great team. I'm taking the under also.
Yeah.
I think we're getting minus money on
You
that.
mean that's just the football logo?
Yeah, that's just the football logo.
But props to the Titans for that.
Okay,
But
you finish, and then we got to talk about that.
so you look at the end of the season though. So Raiders last week, Chargers before that, Patriots before that, Lions before that, Chargers before that, Texans before that. Those are all very winnable games. Very, very winnable games. The one before that's the Browns. Like, you have a real chance to really go on a run. And, again, before that is the Vikings, Bills, Chiefs, Packers, Chiefs. Like, I think that this is where things need to turn around if you need a turnaround. You know, if things really did go badly during that stretch, yeah, you got the Texans the next week. That's a guaranteed win. But that means if you beat the Browns, you've got a guaranteed win streak to kind of kick things off and get yourself back into shape. Again, AFC team, they're probably going to finish 8 to 10 wins right in there, 7 to 10 wins. So that's why I chose them.
Yeah.
It's a good justification. It's a bad pick, but a good justification.
I'll
Henry.
take it.
I like your logic.
I will say that, like, there's a chance you're 4-6 going into that game. Is that the correct number of games? Like, you really could pull yourself out of it with a win over the Browns. Now you're back to 5-6. You got Texans, then Chargers. Like, I get it. Good job.
Thank you.
You're talking about turning things around, and it just reminds me that if a bus is turning around
Wow.
and they don't see you and they hit you, well, you're probably going to look up and Backus and Shanker is on the bus right there. I can't tell you.
I think they have all of them.
Every time I drive right, that's all I can see now is Kyle Backus's head on the side of a bus or on a light rail. But if any of those things hit you, or you're in a car accident or a pedestrian accident, automobile.
Also, I asked Kyle Backus just to double check, like, there's no conflict of interest if we have to sue the bus company that your face is on, right? And he said, no.
Yeah.
The reason I did it is just in case you do get hit by the bus, you'll like just see right there. Oh, 2222222.
Yeah, and is J-Dub in the comment section saying, smash the 2. You know the
Yes.
deal. If you need to sue, smash the 2222222 for Backus and Shanker, or you can go to coloradolaw.net where they will not take any money from you until you win your case. That's the only time you pay them is when you win your case. Free consultation to start, free as they work on your case, and then they have won their clients over $1 billion. That's a B.
Billy.
$1 billion. So check them out. If you need to get a hold of Backus and Shanker, call 222-2222.
All right.
All right, so Ryan, you had something to tell us.
Yes. I have to give major props to the Titans for several different reasons. First of all, I don't like schedule release videos. Theirs was amazing. Second of all,
Yeah.
they put probably the least amount of time,
Yep.
effort, and money into their schedule release, and they had the most viral one.
Yep.
That is such a massive dub for their social team. It can't even be like stated. Like the Chargers, theirs is cool. That probably cost them like tens of thousands of dollars to produce.
Yeah.
They had to hire someone new, all this stuff. So
if you're gonna do that, you have to spend a lot of resources and time,
and they did. Like,
big names.
Theirs was good. It had all the little Easter eggs and all that stuff.
Yeah.
I didn't make it all the way through it because I hate schedule release videos.
Yep.
But I did watch a couple slides, I guess you would call it, or scenes.
The only one I made it totally through was the Titans.
The Titans one as well. It was so good. And so, you take an existing kind of trend, put your own little spin on it.
Yep.
You go they just sent their social team down the street.
Yep.
And produced an incredible video.
And I was talking with RG about this. RG could have done that in one day.
Yes.
You go out on Broadway, is that their downtown, at 10 a.m. on Saturday morning. You get back at 11 a.m.
Well, you probably had to conduct 200 interviews to get that good of answers.
There
True.
were some repeats though. I don't
There
know.
were. Oh, that
I mean,
is
you
true.
do.
That
It's
is
more about
true.
just finding
the right person.
Like just
The right
one
person.
good one.
I
Yeah.
was about to
Okay.
be mean.
So you're out for a couple of hours, let's say, but then you come back. That's the easiest thing to splice together.
Yep.
So yeah, props to them.
I mean,
Yeah.
It was just such a great idea.
that's like the Chargers social team has to just be punching air.
In terms of that,
It's just like, oh my God, they did that in one day and it was
Yeah.
better than ours.
they probably absolutely hire out too.
They have
the
to.
Chargers have to as well. So yeah, what was another good one? Wasn't there another one that got a ton of praise, or am I just?
I think it's probably the Chargers
Yeah. So, good job, Titans.
because everyone was like looking through, like theirs was really deep. Like if you just like paused it, you could like find little things.
Oh
throughout it.
yeah, I honestly didn't understand the 2 rips against the Broncos at first.
I don't remember what they are.
The
didn't watch it.
SpongeBob or the Patrick.
Patrick, yeah.
I didn't get that at first, and then of course Christmas Day
block
game.
that out of your brain.
Yeah, Christmas Day game, and then the other one was Sean Payton destroying Russell Wilson's office. I mean, both are really
wow.
good.
Yep.
But I was like, what's Sean doing?
I
in
have to
this
say,
office?
you know, I assume what happens is they hire an illustrator, and then like the social team tells them like that social team is incredibly online.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
Like they know all the little things.
Well, and that's all they're thinking about throughout the whole season is, okay, what are some things we can pick up on?
They just have a notebook.
I mean,
Then for every
the
team, it's like, oh, what are our 2 or 3 best?
Yeah, the Lions one, if you have a gambling problem.
That is great. That is great.
So savage.
Oh
That is
my
great.
gosh.
Yeah, that was good. Also, the Patrick Star thing, like a lot of people say like, oh, that was rock bottom. That was objectively hilarious to me.
Right. That was like, you've accepted your fate.
Yeah, like,
Oh, no.
like
I can't believe it lined up so perfectly.
I mean, like, we're already having the worst Christmas
Yeah,
ever.
yeah.
And then that clip drops. Like, I'm just dying laughing. I'm like, this is the funniest thing I've ever seen.
Can you imagine watching that live too? Because we weren't watching the Nickelodeon versions. We weren't seeing it live, but his
I
voice
think we had
too.
the Nickelodeon version on the other TV.
Yep. Speaking of ruining Christmas, I think it was Jose in the comment section said, none of you guys are going to choose the Patriots game so the Broncos don't ruin Christmas again.
Just
That's another one of those where it's like the Chiefs thing where it's like, yeah, it really would be nice to beat them. That would mean a lot, even if it isn't most important football wise. It's another one in that category for me where it's like, that would be great in terms of just like not ruining Christmas.
Man, the Patriots to me are so irrelevant now.
I can't get my hopes up for holiday games. Just makes it worse.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I just feel like
no Tom Brady though. That helps.
it really does. Yeah, that really does help.
Been helping for years.
It's true.
But it's one of those things where it's like, I think Bill Belichick is going to make that team good. It's just going to take a while, and it's going to be the same thing they've done the last couple of years, where it's like, oh look, these guys are 1-4, they're out of it, and then by the end of the year, it's like, oh, somehow they're pushing 500.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, it's already like just taking Christmas away from me.
Yeah.
It
sucks
And I'm
enough.
thinking, like in my head, I'm like, oh man, if they won, it'll actually be fun, like doing a Christmas Eve Winners Lounge with the boys.
Yeah.
But I don't want to think about that. I just need to be like,
Get
okay,
your
it's gonna be
hopes
a
up.
terrible
Yeah,
day.
Yeah, it's true.
Yep.
And as Saucy Quesarito wrote in the comment section, he or she wrote it just perfectly. Also a SpongeBob emoji there too. Wrote it exactly how
Wow.
Patrick Star would have said it.
Also, Nikola Jokic reference.
I love
Saucy
it.
quesarito.
That might be my
Oh, yeah,
lunch.
yeah.
I might go get quesarito for lunch.
From where?
The only
Can't.
place.
It's not. No. It's not free ad day.
TV?
Yeah,
Oh.
Yeah.
it's the best thing on the menu.
I know.
Oh,
I gotta
man,
figure out what I'm
Crunch
eating
Wrap.
today. Really? I've actually never had one of those.
Really?
Oh,
It just doesn't
man,
appeal
you're
to me.
missing
Like,
out.
you don't. So
it's so good.
When I go to Taco Bell, it's fine.
It's okay when he says
Yeah,
it.
when he does it.
I also went to Santiago's last night.
Wow.
Oh,
you want
there's
to keep
2.
listing
There we
names?
go. Yeah.
Anyways, when I go there, I always order like a few main staples. Then I got to try something new.
Interesting.
Fair.
There's
It's a big
always
menu.
one little kind of rotating part of my order just to make sure that there's nothing amazing that I haven't had yet.
So you've had it all.
Probably pretty close. The thing is, I only eat it when drunk.
That is true.
Sober Taco Bell is like a low place to be.
I agree.
If you
But
need a
today,
quick snack,
Sorry, Alyssa.
man, it's before 11. No, it's 11 right now. I could go for some.
I could
And
definitely.
I'm
go
not
for
drunk. A Tuesday. So you would say a Tuesday 11 a.m. Taco Bell is as low as you can go.
It's pretty low. It's pretty low. If you guys were like, let's go to Taco Bell for lunch, I'd be like, okay, let me take some shots first.
Oh, okay.
Which that might be lower at 11 a.m.
Yeah,
on a
that's
Tuesday.
really true. That's true. The cantinas, though.
I haven't been to one.
I went to one in Vegas.
I heard there's one in
Yeah.
Vegas. They used to have one on the hill in Boulder.
Yeah, and you didn't go there?
And it wasn't during my
Oh,
my
the close
time.
before.
Yeah.
Ah, that's sad.
No, I think it opened after.
Oh, but I think it's gone already.
It is.
Yeah, that's crazy. I guess CU just doesn't party
Vikings are plus 100 to make the playoffs.
because they were the opposite of the Broncos. They won
Definitely.
every close game that they shouldn't have won.
But in the NFC,
Oh,
Plus
volcano
100.
burrito.
Well,
was
that's really
so
true.
elite.
Yeah.
Without Aaron Rodgers in the division now.
yeah.
I think you like school.
That's true. Yeah, I think you like Taco
No,
Bell.
I love Taco Bell. Just
Oh, yeah.
when I'm drunk.
Oh, the quesarito is discontinued.
No, it's
Not
not.
on the app.
You have to
Not
order
on
it
the
through
app.
the app.
Oh, okay.
Which actually isn't that easy. Terrible app.
It is the worst app.
So we gave
Again,
them
it's
free
Taco Bell. What do you
advertising. Now
expect?
we're taking it away.
Build them up,
I
tear
like
them
that.
down.
I like
Yeah.
that. Okay. Questions. Should we dive into them?
Let's get 'em.
We have some super chats coming in. From Saucy Quesarito says Broncos lose to Jets and go on 5-game winning streak.
Okay, so Chiefs, Packers,
lose.
Chiefs, Bills, Vikings.
Sign
5-game
me
winning
up.
streak. Let's go.
I don't care what happens in the first 4 weeks of the season. If that happens, sign me up.
Yeah.
I mean,
5-1 in that stretch.
if you told me right now
Yeah.
you can have that, and okay, how about this? You get swept by the Chargers and Raiders, but you get that 5-game winning streak. Are you taking it?
2 Chiefs games. Yeah. 2 Chiefs games and the Bills. Man, but what sucks about that is 3 of the Chargers and Raiders games come after that win
Well,
streak.
yeah.
and
So
you're
tanking
guaranteed
at
a
the end of
losing
the
record
season.
in the division.
And you're guaranteed losing 3 of your last 5 games. That
But-
is actually
You can't take it. I don't think.
I think
can.
you have to still though, because
So-
I mean,
so
what
here-
if they split with the Chargers and Raiders and then just lose all those?
Here's essentially the question, though. Do you want to beat the Chiefs twice and the Bills once but miss the playoffs? Or do you want to chance at the playoffs through a different direction?
I think you could. You have 5 wins right there. You're 5-4 based on this. And so then you
Yeah.
have all these other games to pick up more wins. Like I think you can still make the playoffs.
Okay.
I think yeah,
But you're backing in. I hate losing back-to-back
Yeah.
games to end the season.
Yeah.
yeah. 'Cause
Yeah, but I mean, if you think that this is a path to make the playoffs and you're beating the Chiefs twice, then yes.
Ooh, maybe
You-
you're
you
like-
take it.
Maybe you already have like 12 wins. At the end there.
Wow. Yeah, and then you just sit
Wow.
everyone.
Yeah.
That would be incredible.
I mean, if you just look at like 2 Raiders games, 2 Chargers games, 2 Chiefs games, Packers and Bills, you go 5-4, you take that.
Yeah.
Man, that'd be wild. That'd be wild. Something that's not going to happen.
No.
I can
That is-
guarantee
yeah.
that is not going to happen.
I also guarantee it.
Alaska Preston comes in and says,
Pizza bet, Ryan?
No.
he says Henry got burned on a bet last week,
God,
so he's
that
trying to
was
make it
dumb.
up. He says, last super chat for a while. Your boy is planning a wedding and it's expensive. Just wanted to say,
Wow.
Go Hank is spot on and his player number take. God bless, go Broncos, go DNVR and Iceman. Yeah, shout out to Iceman.
Shout out Iceman.
Shout out to you, Alaska Preston.
Just think about how many super chats you could send if you just eloped.
Wow, that's a
Whoa.
good one. Or not even elope, just went to the courthouse.
Yep.
No, but I understand the wedding grind. So thanks for the love, Alaska Preston. What was your number take that you liked him?
I don't remember.
Normalize not having big weddings.
Yeah, it would make a lot of sense. So Ryan wants normalizing not big weddings. Ryan wants you to miss your significant others'
No,
graduations.
not your significant others.
People
Just
close to you,
anyone's.
your loved ones,
Yes.
everyone's. Even expand it
Yep.
further. Yeah.
Yep. Honestly, it should just be on the universities and colleges to just put the graduations in a place where there's no room for other people.
Or it should just be on them to make them entertaining.
Ooh, a concert,
I like
Yeah.
that.
Everything.
live music, an open bar.
An open bar. There we go. Open bars at
Tuition's gonna go up
graduation.
$10,000 a person, but there will be an open bar at the end.
I mean, not even. $10,000 alone should cover the open bar for a graduation.
Depends on the
Depends
graduation.
on how big
Yeah,
it is, yeah.
for some people, yeah.
Again, like my
Yeah.
graduation up in northern Montana, I guess it's going to be like light beer. but it's going to be a lot of them.
Think
Yeah,
about this.
a lot of
Like
kegs.
you send out RSVPs to graduation to all the families. And then it just says like, if you want an open bar, please send a $10 check in. And if enough people do it, then you unlock the open bar.
But then you know how society is. It's like, oh, well, they'll just do it. So I don't have to do it.
I know.
Yeah.
It kind
Or
of,
you can buy
it
an open bar
requires-
ticket.
Man, that would be good. Imagine the
It would
debauchery,
be
though.
it would be such easy money for the
Yeah.
people.
It would be.
Because there's that thing at graduations where they say, please clap or wait to clap until the end or whatever. And then
they didn't
everybody
do
is like,
that.
air horn after my kid. Like, imagine if everybody was drunk too.
Right. Oh, man.
They're like vuvuzelas.
Imagine the
You're
hat
Lighting
That'd be
off
toss,
so
flares in the
the
stand.
cap toss at the
Yeah.
end. A lot of beer going up in the air, too.
Dang. All right, we solved the issue.
At a college
Everyone
graduation.
should go to their loved ones' graduations with an open bar.
Yeah. Okay,
At a
there we
college
go.
graduation, the graduates would be old enough to drink.
Yep.
Yep.
Do they
There's
also?
there's a floor
yeah,
bar
they-
and
There's a
one
floor
up,
bar.
up
Okay.
in the
The grads
concourse.
have to be able to drink.
They have
Yeah.
to.
Yeah. Of course.
Yeah, it's great for everyone.
Yeah.
Everybody wins.
2
I like
hours
this.
well spent.
We just solved it. And then you just continue the party after.
Yep.
Kyle
Yes.
in the super chat says, "Hey guys, head to the Jets game, Jets Broncos game in October. Been a Broncos fan for 30 years. I'm in Maine, and it will be my first time to Denver. Where's the best place to stay? What are the best places to eat? Man, that's gonna be a heck of a trip, Kyle.
That's going
I
to be a
don't
good one.
know the answer to the best place to stay.
Yeah.
But like a lot of people have asked me that question, and I just don't know the answer. But I was
Like-
thinking we should partner with a hotel for when people come
We
into
should.
town.
It's really true.
We really
What part
should.
of town would you recommend?
I would still say like probably the 16th Street area, but just pretty far north. Unless it's like if it's crazy prices, then no. But just like that way you're
That's a tough
walkable,
question.
scooterable to the game.
Yeah.
Like you're close enough to like Coors and all the bars and stuff down there. Like there's still like illegal Pete's and all that.
Like, yeah, I don't know. I think staying in the Highlands or even in Rhino is like really cool, but there's just way less options.
Yeah.
Yeah, the first thing that comes to my mind is right around Larimer Street downtown.
Yeah,
exactly.
downtown.
Obviously going to be
there's
very
just so
expensive.
Yeah, I mean, it's not that bad.
No? Okay. Okay.
Well, yeah. If you haven't noticed, like they've torn up the entire street. Half the businesses are closed. And,
On Larimer?
no, on 16th Street, which is like
Oh,
I
that whole
haven't-
area is.
I haven't been on
Yeah,
16th
tough.
Street.
I haven't
Yeah.
been on
It's
16th
shocking.
in a
College.
long time.
It shocked me. Like I walked through there and like legitimately like I don't know what they're doing, but the basically the entire length of it, there's just 20-foot holes, and it's like fences up over the entire thing. And I remember like we walked through and I was like, oh yeah, like a year ago, my dad said they're really doing some construction over there. I was like, oh really? I had no idea.
Sounds like they really are.
Yeah,
There's nothing worth going to on 16th Street.
Yeah.
Sports Fan is the only one.
True.
Only two.
But you can just go to the
actually.
one on Colfax.
It's
or
also
on
The
true.
Federal.
one right by the stadium.
Yeah.
There is also
Yeah.
true. Illegal
Um,
Pete's, yeah.
Illegal
Bowling.
Pete's is a good one.
Again,
No
there's an illegal
bowling.
Pete's 2 blocks from here.
true.
I don't need to
But-
go to 16th
But
Street.
that
for it.
one's walkable to the Nuggets game.
Wait, that's not on 16th Street, is it?
It's like a block over, I guess.
Yeah.
It's in the
Point
area.
stands.
It's in the area.
There's great stuff in the area.
Yeah.
Just the actual mall itself is
True.
not great.
Yeah.
Unless you need a T-shirt that says "I went to Colorado."
Or
That's very true.
a great shirt from Sports Fan, and you
Or
can't
that.
go over to Federal.
That's true.
Yep.
That's very true. Hit us when the trip gets closer, and we'll give you some more recs as well. All right, next one on the website coming in from Jersey Broncos says, "Boys, I have receipts, Zach." YouTube timestamp 43:16 during the pod discussing the Broncos' dream schedule. Zach says, "Quote, let's go the J word." End quote. Context is irrelevant.
No.
It was probably about beating the Chiefs or something.
Who cares about them?
Zach does.
I don't care. I'm just scared of them. I don't care about
Like
them.
I put out the thing about Broncos Lakers fans, and then people were like tweeting at me like, "Is it okay that I'm a Broncos and Columbus Blue Jackets fan?" I'm like, "Yeah, I don't care at all about the
cares
Columbus
about the
Blue Jackets.
Until the Rapids are playing them.
That is a hockey team."
I know.
It's even like it is crazy because it is almost only the Lakers. Just like you can't be a Laker fan, that's annoying. But it's like can't be a Yankees fan. Well, actually, no, I don't really care. They don't play the Rockies ever. The Dodgers, it's like they're annoying, but also who cares about baseball right now? It's like there aren't a lot of those teams. It's just the
it's
Lakers.
it's a
Maybe
low
the
number.
Warriors.
That still doesn't even bother me
No.
that much.
Not at that level.
Most of the country has to be cheering for the Nuggets, right?
I think so.
Yeah, for sure.
It's either Lakers fans or everyone's for the Nuggets.
Yeah.
I can't imagine someone who's like a Oklahoma City Thunder fan being
cheering for the Lakers.
Yeah.
I agree. Who are you guys cheering for in the East?
probably the Heat.
Yeah.
Yeah. I have that futures bet. Grabbing like plus 900 to win the East.
The Heat?
Yeah.
Dang,
Wow.
I like it.
Yeah.
I like it. You're only 4 games away.
I know.
Okay, he goes on and says, I understand that this is yet again another offensive system, but how far into training camp? Hopefully
Bad
it's
omen.
not offensive. But how far into training camp until we start to get concerned if Russ just looks meh again this year? I really hope we can turn it around, but Coach Payton's continued indifference toward Russ really makes me pessimistic. It could also be possible he was talking about Russ in regard to working at Walmart. I've seen that We Are Walmart meme enough with Russ's face. I can totally see him hyping shoppers up as they enter. Much love from Jersey.
Jesus.
Okay.
My gosh.
First of all, Russell would be really, really good at that job. Like, that is undeniable.
Elite greeter.
But he
as
also
he's
will...
handing carts to everyone, he's saying, let's ride.
Let's...
And then they just jump in.
I can just imagine, like, picking him up like a kid and, like, putting him in, like, the whole thing the kid says and just says, let's ride.
Do you remember back in the day when they had like drivable carts?
Only for like...
I mean...
But they were like not
There
like
was
the
no
handicap
motor.
ones, like the ones that like looked like a semi truck
Oh.
For kids?
or like a
No.
Zamboni.
For kids?
I don't know who they were for, but I never got to ride one, and I'm so sad about it.
Never heard of that.
Yeah, I don't think I ever rode in one either.
Damn, I think maybe the Boulder King Supers were just swagged out.
Probably.
Yeah. Yeah.
That sounds bouldery.
It does.
Next one coming in from Arvada Luke says, it was just a schedule release, so how come I'm now super pumped for September, daydreaming about the game day vibes and just getting absolutely hype all of a sudden? Okay, no spoilers with the Ted Lasso stuff. I was just remarking on how the Denver Broncos are obviously a worldwide phenomenon. Can't wait to someday slam a pint and the LNDN pub, London pub. Those rookie numbers have to be the worst collection of 5 numbers I've ever seen, which is a weird thing to say about numbers. Arvada Luke. Think it was intentional.
I feel that way about my lottery ticket every time I get it.
Ah, yeah. Boy, then they're gonna be bad for you for a while.
Yeah.
Hopefully not.
It'd be so nice to win the lottery.
The Mega Millions.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And just like...
What's it at these days?
Probably
I only
a
find
lot.
out about it when it's like over 500
Yeah,
million.
Exactly. Like, it
And
gets
I'm like
everyone's buying
375
tickets.
million doesn't move me.
That
That's
is
only
the crazy
200
thing.
with tax.
Or, like, for me, it was always like, oh, when does the expected value more than the ticket? Like, you got to pay your like your $2, but like on average, your return is like $2.01 because somebody's getting like the crazy number. But again, like, what's the point? Because like, I don't care. Like, the difference between $300 million and $200 million to me is no big deal.
It shouldn't be. Yeah.
Yeah. So why do I care if like it's a good bet now?
Because you're always looking for a deal, Hank.
Yeah.
I'm always looking for a deal.
Dumb. That's why I guess I can't say where I'm gonna go on my way home. So
When you buy a lottery ticket, do you think like I am the type of person who would win this?
I think I am burning my money right now.
wow. Yeah, there are times when you're just like, yeah, this is the one. Like, I don't know. It's not right when I buy it. It's like 3 hours later when I think about. For example, so this weekend I was in Wyoming. DraftKings in Wyoming, you can bet college player props.
Oh, sick.
And so the lacrosse tournament just started. And so I was just like looking through. I was like, oh, this is crazy. And so I saw the goal scorers, and some of those guys were like plus 500 to score a goal. And I was like, what are we doing here? There's going to be like 30 goals in this game. This guy, like, he has a 7-goal game. So I went through and just put parlay in of all the goal scorers, and it was like it was like $20 to pay like 42 grand. And I was like, this is incredible. How are these odds? Like, I'm just about to hit this thing. Realized those were first goal scorers.
Oh,
yeah.
No.
And so that was a real shame. But for like the few hours after, I'm just like, wow, what am I going to do with my 42 grand?
Yeah.
It's going to be sick.
Every time I buy a lottery ticket, I just think about how if I won, everyone would be like, yeah, of course he did.
Well,
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
a good omen to
Yeah.
have with you.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, then you got to buy a lottery ticket today. Maybe today's your day.
It could be.
And if you're not here tomorrow, we know why.
I'll also be here.
Okay, good.
Oh,
good. I
wow.
just thought maybe tonight would be that crazy of a night, though.
Well, that's probably don't announce it tonight.
Oh, that's
mean,
probably true.
I'm going to have a crazy night regardless, but I'll still be here.
That's why we love you.
J-Pat SoCal Bronco said, I think Zach mentioned a trade lined up for an AFC team for Dalvin Cook June 1. If it is the Broncos, would you want Dalvin, and who would you want straight up trade for? And who do a straight up trade? And would you do a straight up trade for Sutton? Thanks for all the great content. Love me some DNVR.
Sutton for Dalvin straight up?
Of course.
Yeah.
I think that's right about the value. Yeah.
You think so? I think the Broncos would have to give something as well.
The thing is, like, those running back contracts. Like, I'm not sure. Like, what the Vikings just made the trade with Zadarius Smith to the Browns, where it's like they moved a 7th to the 5th and a 6th to the 5th.
Right.
And it's like, that's the value, but I don't know. Those contracts are just weird.
I just think Dalvin has a little more value than Cortland.
Yeah, and the Broncos would pay him 13, 12, and 10. So, and none of it would be guaranteed.
Right.
So, or probably not.
Maybe a restructure for some more guarantees and more money up front to
Cut
knock
those
that
numbers
number down
down.
a bit.
But I mean, for a running back, that's not a crazy good value. That's not bargain.
Real quick for Quinton, email timmyfromsweden@gmail.com to get on the Madden League
Yes.
wait list.
So of course, yeah, if you want to get into the Madden League.
It's a long wait list.
I'm making a push for first in my division.
Yeah,
Wow.
I was going to say
4-4.
it was looking good for you because there was a new member in
Yeah.
your division. They won their first game.
Yeah, not a good.
That-
I was
yeah.
hopeful going into that one.
Usually people come into the league and get a rude awakening.
They get
Yeah.
very humbled. Yeah,
It's
I
like
would have
50
said.
something this 7.
yeah.
Yeah,
there's a 7.
I would have
He
said
got a
coming
dub
into
over a
this.
team that just gave me issues. So
Wow.
Wow.
And you're pretty good, Ryan.
yeah.
Last comment.
I think I have the best winning percentage all time, probably.
Damn. Yeah. Every time I see your little 6 trophies next to your name.
It's nice.
Yep. I have counted this morning.
The other thing with the Dalvin one, though, that trade's probably going to be, like, I think it's on June 1st because that's when the salary cap stuff all goes through. So there's going to be like a rush of things, and I wouldn't be surprised if the Broncos, maybe it's not Dalvin, but if there's some sort of move then.
Madden League's Xbox.
2 weeks away.
Yeah.
Last comment coming in from the count says the amount of fools that believe the visor said that Javonte will be back in week 1 is hilarious. Keep dreaming, dreamers. Love.
Wow.
The count.
Tough.
Yeah. My number went up a little bit, so he's calling me a fool.
I mean,
Wow.
he did say that.
He
I
did
just-
say, like, he's on track to be back for the start of camp.
We're 2 weeks away, or 2 months away from this. Again, if he's saying this in January, that is just total organization speak that happens every single year. He's setting people up for disappointment, including Javonte. Like,
If
people
it's
are
not
going
true,
to be, if it doesn't come true, people are going to be disappointed. People are going to, naturally, if Javonte's not back, what are we all going to assume based off his words?
Something went
Setback.
wrong, yeah.
Yes, exactly. And that's even worse to me.
Unless
thinking
they trade for
Javonte-
Dalvin Cook, then I'll know
Exactly.
exactly what he was
Well,
doing.
then their actions will have
There is
spoken
that.
very loud about what's going on there. But a setback would honestly be worse than saying, yep, he's going to be back somewhere in the middle of the season and everything's on track and it all goes on track and he's back in the middle of the season. That would be better to me than just continuing to have these, whether they're real setbacks or just like public setbacks. That's worse to me.
Yeah, I mean, I would have just said we're going to have the utmost patience with Javonte. We're really optimistic about the way things are going, but we don't want to put any numbers on anything.
100%.
Unless you're in trade talks.
Right.
That's the one thing. I'm clinging
yeah,
to it.
Yeah. June 1, 2 weeks away.
Yep.
There we go.
We'll have a couple more podcasts until then.
We will. Hopefully they're as good as this one was.
fun.
All right. That's going to wrap it up. Appreciate you guys for tuning in. Go Nuggets.